And while these hurt-triggered, self-denial little girls' tears keep flowing, we're gonna go on to the next topic of discussion. And while they all up on their channels expecting me to prove shit to them, like I'm gonna waste my time with these grown-ass little children, let's get on with it, shall we? But yet, it's me again. They hate me, this is why they make videos constantly giving a fuck about me at the same time, JD Miles. The MGTOW they loves to hate, even the ones who claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time, which is why those retarded fuck-ass little girls keep me relevant to this day, and I'm back again. For today's topic of discussion, what good is having a happy wife, happy life if you're miserable in the marriage? Shout out to Jesus Ed, the host of the Coffee Pod. I'll leave the link to the full video in the description box. Go check them out. And while these hoes still crying and bitching about me, let's get on with it, shall we?
Long-lasting marriage. That's what the host asked the male guest, who happens to be a father and also happens to be a husband. You're going to want to hear this. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
What's the key to a long-lasting marriage?
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear?
Yes, dear.
So happy wife, happy life is real?
Happy wife, happy life is 100% real. You're never going to always make her happy, but you should damn sure try.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so if your wife ain't happy, your marriage ain't happy. But let me counter that argument. There. Suppose if your wife is happy, but yet your marriage is still miserable. What good is it then? Yeah, you making your wife happy, but you're miserable in your fucking marriage. Isn't the both of y'all should be happy? So many questions, not enough answers, but let's continue.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Because listen, if you're not yes dear her, somebody else going yes dear her. You better yes dear her. Don't get cocky. Don't get all caught up in your machismo that like she needs to listen to me because I'm the man, I'm the husband. What? Because there's somebody to listen to her, and listen, women are emotional, man.
Hate to break it to this fool, but even if you do yes dear her, guess what? You think that's gonna stop her? You think that's gonna stop her from getting her cheeks clapped by another dude? Because I know many married men who thought that same way too, and guess what? The shit still happened. Yes dearing her or no yes dearing her, guess what? If she wants a new dick in her life, she's gonna go out and get it, regardless of how much you kiss her ass. And that's a fact. Let's continue.
And when she gets that emotional, Marvin Gaye says sexual healing, right? That emotional healing is even more powerful.
Absolutely.
So I can't believe what I'm hearing. We're going to play the rest of that video.
Me neither.
Right when you think we're making progress out here, right when you think we're getting more people to understand what's really important, right?
And what's more, I look at that as a delusional fantasy. He's telling dudes to kiss their wife's asses, but guess what? No matter how much they kiss their wife's ass, guess what? She'll still go out there and she'll still do it. This is the part where he doesn't comprehend. Oh, if you don't kiss your wife's ass and make her happy, someone else will. But keep in mind, you got husbands out here who will kiss their wife's ass from sun up to sundown, and you think that's gonna stop them or prevent them from seeing other dudes even though they are married? Jeez, what fucking planet are we living on here? Let's continue.
Drinking your coffee. Then comes this type of advice. Married people give some of, and it's not all of them here, but married people give some of the worst advice. Guys, listen, follow me. I'm not saying that married people don't give great advice in most cases, but the type of married people that don't give the best advice are the type of married people that don't know how to separate advice that, one, either doesn't work anymore, or two, is a very unique situation that works for them
because of the type of relationship they've chosen to accept.
And I do agree. Everybody thinks that just because their marriages work, that means by accepting their advice, everyone else's marriages will work. It's basically the one size fits all theory. Oh, it worked for me, so it's going to work for everybody. But they failed to realize one key crucial detail. Not everybody thinks the same as them. And what works for them, no, listen to what I'm saying here. What works for them may not work for other people. But no one pays attention to that because they're so focused on trying to make it work for other people, all because it worked for them. And they wonder why the shit constantly fails. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. It may be right for you, may not be right for some. Different strokes to take, different strokes to take, different strokes to the world. Let's continue.
Listen, he said, if I don't yes dear her, somebody else will. That lets me know that what he's doing is based on scarcity. And then he goes on to say, well, women are emotional. That is true. Does that mean that your main priority should be to make her happy and make sure you fulfill her expectations? Because if it is, in this day we're living in right now, these women have some crazy expectations.
And all the while, he's too busy trying to live up to her expectation while ignoring his own. And these fools sit here wonder why these husbands are so miserable in their goddamn marriage. And one thing I learned about married couples is that marriage is not a one-player game. Marriage is a two-player. Everybody has their role. The husband has his role, but guess what? The wife has her role too. If they are not working together in unison, then they wonder why these marriages constantly fail. And even I know this shit, and I'm not even married. But let's continue.
These chicks out here have some delusional expectations. And so, just have to be careful, but let's keep listening.
Yes, no, it's a yes dear situation. There's times I don't want to, but like, yes, I yes dear. Like when it comes time to like take my daughter to like practice or something, she'll sit there. My wife she likes to do the French thing, right? I call it the French thing, the we. We need to take Rhea to practice. We got to do this, right? And I'm like, that ain't a we thing. That's a you thing, meaning me.
Yeah.
And
so basically, from what we all hearing, he's sacrificing his happiness to make sure his wife is happy. That is not a balanced marriage. That's a one-sided marriage. And he thinking just because he's submissive, that makes the marriage work. No, it doesn't. And in most of these men's cases, if they are 100% submissive to their wife while sacrificing their own. No, listen what I'm saying here. If they are submissive to their wife while at the same time sacrificing their own happiness, not only are they miserable, but guess what? It will not stop their wives from looking for other men to please. I've seen this shit happen way too many times, but let's continue.
she's like, oh, we got to pick Ray up at 6. And I'm like, okay. Then all of a sudden, 6 roll around. She's like, so, and I go, yeah, I'll go get her. That's okay. Because I know you wasn't trying to go anyway. So I'll just go. But yeah, that's the key. That's the key. And I learned that from quite a few individuals that have been married 60, 70, 80 years.
And those are the ones we listen to.
Those are the ones I listen to.
Yeah, that's good and all, but keep in mind, when did they get married? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s? Yeah, if you were married during that time frame, yeah. then we understand how it was like. But keep this in mind. This ain't the 60s. This ain't the 70s. This ain't the 80s, not the 90s, not the early 2000s. We are now in the 2020s. And what worked out back then is not going to work out in the here and now. What worked back then is not going to work today. It worked for them because that's when they got married. But today's day and age, no. And you look like a complete idiot thinking that, because it worked back then, it's going to work today when nobody's on that level. But let's continue.
Glad he said that. I'm glad he said that. Have you guys ever tried to fit a VHS into a DVD player? Tried to fit a VHS into a DVD player. If you don't know what a VHS is, I'm laughing because I feel like this is some old shit I'm saying right now. Like, go look it up. You know what I mean? Back in my day, Jesus, we're getting old out here. But
No, we're not. No, they're not. They are. You see, back in my day, our marriage just worked. Well, guess what? This ain't your day anymore. And as they say, times change, people change. Damn, people live in the past way too much. Let's continue.
my humble opinion, that's exactly what this man here is attempting to do. Times have changed.
Feels like a dream, feels like magic.
And here we go with the ads.
Things that are just going to end you in a whirlwind of trouble. If you try to apply that same type of approach to a relationship, that same type of game that you get from people who've been married 60 to 70 years. Now, this is not me saying that they don't have very valuable knowledge. Guys, like I told you, I took care of the elderly for years, 10 years. I learned a lot. There's a lot that I just realized wouldn't work. This is one of those things. Happy wife, happy life. So tell me how you're going to approach happy wife, happy life when you're dealing with these type.
While they themselves miserable in their own marriage. I don't get that part.
Of modern women right here. A woman who wants a traditional marriage with a twist. Yes. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. Let's go.
We're talking about gender roles. I'm pretty unwavering on my position of being traditional with a twist.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
I can take care of me, but if I'm going to be in a partnership, then I need you to be able to protect and provide as well. I know that's right.
I expect men to do certain things. I don't know if I'd be comfortable with someone being the sole provider for me.
My money is my money so that I can invest in building myself. Your money is to provide for the unit.
Put that coffee down.
And they actually believe their own bullshit. Fellas, I wonder, did our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and for some, your great-great-grandparents had that same mentality when it was time for them to wed? I doubt it. But you got fools like this who are miserable in their own marriage, trying to make their wives happy. Trying to please their wives while at the same time they're miserable. Again, I don't get that part at all, but I'm going to stop it right here. If y'all want to watch the video in its entirety, the full link to the video, the link to the full video will be in the description box. Go check it out. Tell them JD Miles sent you, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm done, and I'm out this bitch. Later.